Blitz or Mothers at War. On the radio, a journalist tells of how she huddled with women in a building in Baghdad they couldn't be certain would stand through shell fire. When asked for my religion, I told them I believe in God. When asked to sing, she sang a hymn, a nod toward her belief. As the deafening quiet cooled, the women asked the journalist if she was a mother. She is. One of the women grabbed the journalist's breast and laughed at the idea that a breast no larger than a clementine could feed a child. My grandmother entered a conversation not far from this, in the living room of her Rotterdam home. That is to say, I am watching my grandmother's testimony about the war, a digital square, a capsule of her I tuck under my bed and take out at night when I need to hear her voice. What a shame the voice says what it says. I have watched this video more times than I should, watched her in her cream sweater and pressed silk blouse speak of her trauma as if recounting a book she'd read lately. Remember the conversation mentioned before. Picture a family sleeping in her home, whom she did not know before the war, but came to know intimately during. Coffee maybe, a chocolate early on. They took quiet dark nights after the children fell asleep. Two couples murmured things like wrath, psalm, creed, and birth. But back to the radio. Not the radio my grandmother hid, a child never revealed for fear of the world cannibalizing her. Back to the hand communicated to the ear as it reaches out again and again, unendingly to grab the journalist's breast. I set this action in the living room over coffee, thin, largely water. Now mother to mother, talking of wartime births, not virginal. The dry well my grandmother's chest puckered to after months of meager rations and foraging beyond the suburbs. My grandmother stuttered over the word breast. Think how this maternal nocturne might have crescendoed if the room's other mother grabbed my grandmother's bust. But what if she asked to feed my grandmother's infant, a gesture of gratitude for the roof, clean bed linens, and secrets kept of their belief in God? On tape, my grandmother speaks of the gas stove shaking. The interviewer asks my grandmother to repeat herself. The stove where we boiled the water for coffee shook. And by this, my grandmother meant to tell of the firestorm that swallowed her city, rocked her house, drew her to her knees.